Hello, let's do a bunch of daily word games, and today's bonus game will be the Crosswordle. At this point, I'm just taking suggestions from Finland. So if you also have suggestions, Discord's probably the best way, or the comment section. Just let me know if you played the daily game already. Usually people playing them like a bit early, like at night, is the best time. But even early in the morning would be fine, and just let me know that which ones you actually found interesting that day. That really helps me compared to just saying, hey, just generically, I'd like one day for you to do this game. So that's something Finland's been doing. So if any of you else want to contribute to that, I'd be very happy to hear your opinions. I'm going to start with cross for the Crosswordle. Okay. I don't think I want to start guessing the left word because I'm only going to get 2 letters of info per. But let's think about what word it could be, and we can direct our right word guesses to narrow that down. So it could be crook. I'm not going to guess double O, another O for the right word, but I could guess K. There's croup, which is a disease that affects babies mostly, as far as I understand. It could end in E, right? So like, but what? I'm not actually sure. So maybe we should try like maybe skip or something. Let's see. How can we get a K and the P in this guess? I'd like the A as well. No, I want the U to see if it's croup. How about spunk? There we go. That guess has spunk. Oh, it's C-R-O-N something. Crone. That's one that I didn't think of for ending in E. I really think crone is going to be the only option here, so let's just guess it. There we go. And that got us the E for the right word. So S-P-E. This is going very well. It could be speed. It can't be speak because there's no K, so getting rid of that K was nice there. Is speed the only option? I don't think speed is the only option, but I think it's nice to guess the double E to see if it is double E, and then we'll go from there. The E is not where I expected it. Interesting. Spied. Ooh, that's fun. Okay. Well, I think that was a pretty good solve. It was a thoughtful one, at least. Yeah, cross, of course, helped considerably because it was crone. And then guessing spunk, because I wanted the P for croup, actually gave me the first 2 letters of this word. So a lot of luck involved, but also it was enjoyable. Let's do the Quordle. We're going to start with crone spied. All right. The E is not... Okay, I'm looking at this word here first. The E is not near the end, which is interesting. I'm wondering if it's something like E-D-I is what I was thinking. What would that be? Fed? Can't be fetid. That's not how you spell that anyway. Could it be like D-E, like devil? I think devil's actually a nice guess for that top left there. Looks possible. It was correct. Very nice. There's a V in the top right word. How about the bottom left, though? Bottom left looks like it has a lot of info, but really we've placed the IE and there's an S somewhere. So it's probably an ISE word. This on the top is probably an OVE word, like glove, but there's no L. Actually, there's no L. That's interesting. It could be above. Above gets me the A, which I kind of like. Let's give that a try. Oh, the V is not there. Now that's even more interesting. Huh. What's this too? Evoke. There we go. Had to be. I have an N. This bottom right word, I have an N. That's just great. I'm gonna guess it uses the U or the Y or both. All right, bottom right I still think is ISE. What would it be? guys? I'm gonna guess guys to get the U. Ooh, it was correct. Wow, even better. And the U is exactly where I thought it would be in this word, because I think it's a UNNY word. Funny. Let's just do funny and confirm. Yep, it is funny. Okay. Wow, okay, I did well on this too. I'm happy with this solve. Very nice. Above was perfectly valid, and it gave me the info I needed. Cool. Getting funny from a green N, nothing, 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 green U. That's great. All right, let's do the Crosswordle. So this one we're working backwards. We are reconstructing someone's solve to get to equip who got these colors. But this person is not dumb. They use every piece of information that they got so far. They don't reuse grays. They don't reuse yellows in the same spot. Once they get a letter, they keep reusing it, so they're playing hard mode. But they're playing like they're playing like a don't wordle style hard mode where, you know, you can't just keep repeating grays just because you want to. So we're ending in equip. And obviously the greens we can just immediately fill in. And I like to work bottom up because these are the most restricted guesses. And then we just have to find two words up here that don't use any of the letters in equip or that we've used in these grays. So I think we're going to have to toss the Q. Let's see. Whatever 3 letters we use here, we're going to have to use here as well. So is there a word that's... So this can't be the E. This isn't going to be the Q because we have to put a U after it. So this has to be a U. Like, I think we're actually literally forced for this to be UIP. Which means I'm probably doing an unword. But using the N when I say early, like it is late in the solve, but using the N here means I can't use the N in any of these guesses. So I think of that as early. Can I do up something? Because then that just narrows it to not being 2 P's, which could be interesting. Because I'm probably going to do PU here. So my plan is this. I don't know what does up ip though. So I may not be able to do that. Is untip a word? No, untip's not even an option. Undip? Nope. You can dip, but you can't undip? Clearly they haven't heard of time travel. Oh, unzip is actually good because we don't need that Z. So now we need to do PU. Like this is forced. We have to use the U, the P, I, and U, and then we already used the U here. So this is forced as well. This one's not as forced, so we'll consider what we want to do there. Although it's probably going to be an I. Let's see, PU. We want to use the like uncommon letters as much as possible. It's just hard to think of a word that does this, even though it's forced. So we know there must be something. Can I do pup? Pup. Puppet. Why did it like move all the way over there? Cupid. Cupid. Is there like a... I'd love to have the T still, but we do what we gotta do. Let's see if any of these are words. It's very annoying that it's moving me all the way over there though. If I hold shift or something, does it help? Nope. I'd rather not use a vowel here because we're gonna need vowels. Couldn't use the... Oh, pupil's a word. Duh. Losing the L, I think, is okay. I mean, it's a very common letter, but I think we should be okay. Let's put an I here. I can't do chimp, but... So we can't use the E. I'd like to not introduce another vowel here, because we're going to need vowel... Let's see. We need a vowel for this guess and a vowel for this guess. So that's going to be the O and the A, unless we do a Y only. Like if we do... Can we reserve a Y only for this top guess here? Like... Can't do shyly. Unless I don't do a pupil, then I could do shyly. But those are some really good letters. I don't know if I want to get rid of those so early. Or not be able to use those in these guesses. Okay, I think I will just try to preserve the O and the A, unless that's impossible. How about... Ooh, can I repeat a letter somehow? Not sure what I would... I just thought of Trist. Let's see if we can do Trist up there. Those are like all the common letters, but at least it repeats the T. But we can always remove that if we need those letters. Yeah, this is an interesting one. It's not obvious how to complete this. Losing the L may have been a mistake. Also, losing the ability to do it with an R with Trist might be a mistake. Okay, I've got an idea. We're going to do pubic here instead of pupil. That way I have an L. And then maybe we'll do slyly up here. And see if that works out better. This could be third. Let's see if we can come up with any word. We have O and A, so we should be okay. I'll using only unused letters. You're probably seeing something right now, but I'm scanning. I'm looking. Can't do woman. What can I do? There's got to be a word. Oh, I saw mogul, but there's no L. If I did mogul, then I'd need another word with only Y. I think slyly is the way to go at the top. These are, of course, interchangeable. Doesn't matter what order I do them in, but... How can I not find anything? Is there anything that's like OA? If I wanted to do cocoa, all I have to do is just do a different word besides pubic here. I can't see one. Darn. Okay, we'll put pubic back and we'll get rid of cocoa. There's gotta be something else. I want to do something like awoke, but there's can't use the E. It's an equip, green and equip there. Yeah, and I couldn't sift the E up because this yellow wasn't allowed to be an E. That's what makes it interesting. Completely forced colors, except these last three words were completely forced in what letters to fill in. Well, the last two, I guess, were forced in what letters that had to go in them. This could have been a P or a U, but no, it couldn't have been a U. So this could have been a P, but I don't think putting a P there is a good idea. So I think everyone's solve is going to look similar to this, and then filling the grays is the puzzle. I want to do like wagon. There's got to be something. I'd prefer not to just type random letters until something's a word. Doesn't feel like a successful solve in that case. Has it really been almost 9 minutes? That's crazy. This game's usually quick. Maybe I'm just playing it poorly, though. That's always a possibility. Okay, what if I remove slyly? And let's just think of a word that uses just the A or just the O, and maybe that'll do something. Like I could do lolly, and then I just have to come up with a word that uses the A. Swags. There we go. First thing I thought of. All right, Swags Lolly. Lolly is a great follow-up to Swags. This is how I'd play this game. Third, Pubic, Unzip. Yes, this is definitely a good player. They knew that there would be a weird word today because they were warned that today's word was weird. So they were trying weird words. That's why they'd solved that way. That's the story. Let's look at some solutions. I'm actually curious. Okay, so Pubic, actually, Unzip and Pubic were actually a solution they suggested. Mama's a good one. Lolly, okay. Hey, look, my solves are like, yeah, we were going between Pubic and Pupil only. Twixt. Oh, I love Twixt. Yeah, it's essentially what I was doing. So that's interesting. I kind of arrived at, wait, why is, oh, there we go. Show another. There we go. It was just going back and forth between my solve and, yeah, there we go. Pupil, pubic. I'm mostly interested in this word. This is always unzip. Maybe unzip's the only word that fits there. It's possible. And then only pupil and pubic for common words there. Shift, cabby, groom. Yeah, okay. So saving the O can do double O, and then we can do stuff like booby or... Yeah, okay. Yeah, cool. I get it. Let's do the polygonal. Export is on. I'm going to look at ing here just to start with. That repeats the G, and then, oh, it would be NG. That's not good. So we probably have to do something like ER so that we can start with ER, or maybe we should do RE and then end in RE or something like that. It's like ORE or something, or ARE. You've been scared, but have you been re-scared? D would also work. D something. Maybe that's easier. D shade. I mean, it's something you could say and people would understand, but I understand why it's not accepted word. It's still funny. It's like, yeah, I could even define D shade. Same with D trade. You'd probably say untrade though. Degrade? Degrade is a word for sure. So there's, okay, this is cool. So there's a double E and it's not in that spot. So it's got to be here. So we've placed the E. And then there's an A somewhere. That's all we get. Unfortunate. So this is probably going to be, oh, it's not an R or a D. It's probably an S then, or like what else would end this? N maybe? And then the A would go here, or maybe here. I like the A here because we can do like ent, or lots of options, but you get what I mean. Like a consonant here is pretty easy to put. And taken. Kind of like S here. E stakes. The E stakes have never been higher. A is obviously not here because that's yellow. Have you worn your E shades today? Drink your E shake. S. I like est. Estates. Stapes. Estates. Estates is a. I think estates is a word, but it's not going to be the answer because it doesn't fit the pattern. Estales. Okay, what if I do eights like this? As. Do I go back to N? Doesn't seem like N would work in that case. Escapes? Got it. Nice. Cool, that was fun. Only 12 ordinary words. I found degrade. Enliven. Ooh, I was looking at EN. No, I was looking at NE. Was I looking at NE or EN? I was looking at EN. I didn't see enliven. That's okay. Wasn't the answer, but still. Insulin, that's fun. Legible, that's fun. Now, once I had the E here, there was literally only escapes and enliven for common words. Now let's look at uncommon words. We're looking endogen, no way. Enriven. Okay, I would do enliven before enriven, I hope. That's it. So yeah, once we had the E, it was basically, you know, think of it or do a filler. Let's do the mini. Whoa, look at this. We have 3 letters. That's gonna, oh, hopefully there's not a lot of options for this pattern, because if there are, it's gonna be very hard to narrow down. But I get the feeling there are not many options for this. What are we gonna do here? I mean, we're gonna do llama, right? And it's gonna just be right? Yeah. Yeah, literally. I was thinking of oozes, but I was like, nah, that's with a Z. I know I didn't spend a whole lot of time on that, but I promise you, I thought of double O and it was like oozes. But I didn't say it out loud. I should have. It was the only other option. Wow. Okay. I mean, what else does that? Nothing. Like, what do you start with double letter? It's either double O or it's double L, and when it's double L, it's llama. What else would it be? Double E, maybe? But no. I mean, obviously it wouldn't work. But there's probably some double E words that don't repeat like this, though. What would that be? I actually can't think of a double E word like that. What else starts with a double letter at the start? Let me know if it's not L or O. Would be good to remember that. All right, let's do the symbol. I'm going to start with blaze. Ooh, we caught one. Let's do timer. Nice, it's an ER word. Okay. Okay, it's an ER word. Poker, I think, is always a good one. It's an OER word, of course. What are our options? Goner. Cover. I've eliminated quite a bit of the options for OER. I see goner and I see cover. I'm going to do cover because I think that VER, I mean, so basically between this OER, most of the words are either WER, but so cower would also work. But mower and power and tower and rower is not gone because we placed the R. We never got it as a yellow. So it could be rower, cower. Rower and cower are the options. Sour, I think, is a word, but I don't know if it's on the answer list. And then for OVER, we've got, we've got hover and cover. And then OSER, poser's gone. I'm not sure that there's an OSER left. And then there's ONER, where we've got goner, which I think is a word. And then there's foyer, but I seem to recall we've already had foyer, so I'm not going to guess that one. I mean, it's hard to remember what, I think the reason I remember it is we got foyer in Wordle and we got foyer in Symble, so it's just kind of gone. But anyway, that's why I think cover is a good option, because if it's cower, that'll be obvious. And if it's hover, it'll be obvious. And then if it's not that, then it'll be an OWER word, rower, and then cower will be gone. Or it'll, yeah, okay. And then goner will have both great. Yeah, I think cover is one of the better words to guess here. So it might be goner then. Or, yeah, because I don't think there's an OWER left. Rower. Oh, so it's rower or goner. Gonna be honest, I think rower is the better guess here, because I don't think goner is necessarily a word. Yeah. Nice. Got it in 5 despite it being OER trap. I'm pretty proud of that. Even just a normal, it was basically a normal Wordle after timer. And I solved it hard mode OER. So within 5, didn't even have to use 6 guesses. So that worked out well. I think that my Blaze timer start sets up the ER words for success because of how much it eliminates in possibilities for that OER. It's not necessarily designed that way, but it does tend to work out that way pretty well. But I do know how to do fillers in Symble. So one day I think I've done it a couple times before, but one day I will employ that. But I don't think I needed to in this one. All right, let's do Fusele. Am I allowed to start with rower? Nope. I can start with river, but let's not repeat a letter if we don't have to. Slink. Hey, look at that. So we're only going to get greens. So let's find where this S goes by guessing. Oh, I was going to guess bliss, but we shouldn't. An ISS word. We could guess this. Is there an ISS word besides bliss? Pris, I think is a word. Wow. Okay. That's probably the best possible. Oh, but then this repeated letter. Now I can't repeat the S. There is no way I'm repeating a letter and doing hard mode at the same time. What is the word? There's probably poise. So let's do an OOE word so we can repeat a letter. Or yeah, I think that's probably the best idea. Is there an OOE word? Let's at least do an O. Well, we need to repeat a letter. You know what? We can do posse. That's close enough to, because that'll fill in poise and use as much of the green as possible to show my confidence that I would have guessed poise if I had the opportunity. Yeah, there we go. Look at all that green. This S is the odd man. I pointed. You can barely even see me pointing, but I pointed at the S. That's very helpful for you. This S here. You can probably see it with your own eyes without me pointing, though. There's a single yellow S. It's right there. All right. Let's do the blind Fusele. Must repeat a letter. Well, you're in luck. Posse. I can guess, even though it wasn't the answer. It was my second to last guess. My penultimate guess, as the asylum would say. Okay. Let's do. So if we look at the alphabetical keyboard, this is alphabetical clues. If we look at the alphabetical keyboard, this clump of RSTUV is high value. Like the RST clump, all very high value letters. So I like to do guesses that use a lot of those. So if I did something like, the problem is there's no S. So is that still a good idea? Is there another good clump? I think LMN is a good clump. So can we do like, you know, if we did mommy, that's not terrible for this. Let's give mommy a try. Yeah, see, it's not bad at all. But I have to use vowels here. So I don't think I'm going to be using 3 vowels in a row, so I'm not going to be able to go for the answer. But I can guess a double O here, which it may be. But I mean, those are the only vowels that are valid to guess here. So that's what I'm going to do. And now we're going to go back to QWERTY so I can scan better. I don't know why, but I do know why. I scan the QWERTY keyboard better because I'm used to scanning it. That's the only reason. It's not like it's superior for scanning. I can't do shoot because there's no S. I mean, I could do shoot, but I'd rather not. Droop, same deal. There's no P. Troop, same deal. Can I add an O? Okay. Ooh, lava took. Now, I'm not limited. I can guess more vowels elsewhere. So I could start with a vowel if I want to. Surely there's a word left with double O there. Surely. TR. Trude. Trul. Truf. Trug. Troon. Troom. Troot. Trug. All right, I'm going to do troop, even though there's no P. This isn't going to be the answer anyway, so. Very interesting. So we have an O here. We have an O here. I guess it wasn't ever going to be triple O, but There are two O's. Yeah, we got those two O's. And so then this letter here, it's not going to be the O. L or N? What are we going to do here? L or N seems the most likely. Honor is no longer possible. Honor would have been a great guess otherwise. Colon. Nice. I mean, what else would it have been? I don't know. Cool. Some great solves today. I'm pretty proud of my solves today. The Crosswordle took some time, but it was tough. And I got a solution that was very similar to like what all the random ones looked like, so I'm pretty proud of that. Cool. Well, some fun games today. Hope you enjoyed them as well. And of course, if you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.